Content over everything.
What you are carrying in your pockets? I'm smelling something.
Oh,
Astaghfirullah, man.
Astaghfirullah. Ahmed Ali, what's happened? Why are you defaming me all the time?
Okay. Look,
What
we're
about
doing
that?
from after. I want to ask you
Hold on.
something.
Did you think? Pass my bag for a minute.
You're back, yeah. Okay. Raj, I wanted to ask you, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
all for people's rights and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
And your best friend Tommy Robinson.
No, not best friend.
Well, close friend.
Not even a friend, just somebody I know.
Well, someone you admire.
Somebody that I think have got a good point. Some points I don't admire, some things I think are
But
a
you
little bit rough.
admire him as a person, yeah?
I think he's got guts and a
Yeah?
little bit of balls to do what he does. I don't hate him or anything. I admire him a bit.
Okay,
I admire you as well. So
I'm nobody.
I know,
But
but I'm
anyway,
just saying I admire a lot of people.
but what I wanted to say, this is a question I want to ask you. So Tommy Robinson's main thing is that he's for British people's rights and he uses his platform to speak out loud and clear about it, yeah?
Yeah.
So you would expect him to speak, anyone that's a Brit, yeah, you would expect him to be vocal and clear on all the social media about their issues and their plights, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know about Windrush?
Yeah, I've heard about Windrush. It's a disgrace.
Tell me what you know about it.
People that come in the 50s or 60s on the Windrush ship
Yeah.
are kind of didn't get full citizenship from my understanding. And then they were
Well, no, they were
deported back.
invited here.
Oh, they invited, but then they were deported back. And some people have been away for like 15, 16 years and they're not being allowed to come back in the UK. After contributing so much to the UK, they were kind of deported.
Okay, so
Is that
basically...
correct? 'Cause,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Raj.
Aiden.
Yeah, so basically...
But is that correct? Or
Yeah, you're basically right. After the Second World War, England invited Jamaicans and so forth to come over, yeah?
Yeah.
And some people just came over. A lot of people came over because they were invited. Some came after that, they just came, yes?
Yeah.
And basically, nowadays, like years and years and years after, maybe 50 years, 60 years and so forth, because after the Second World War, they went to build a country up, so they invited people like from
Yeah,
Jamaica to
like
come
my family as
and
well.
fix up the country and so forth. Now, basically, they're deporting a lot of people and chucking a lot of people out. Now, these people are British.
Yeah.
Okay, what did Tommy Robinson say about it?
I haven't heard nothing, and he should speak about it if he's being fair, but I don't know exactly like what his stance on it is in the first place.
But he cares about British people,
I
yeah?
hope he's condemning it because he's not spoken about it.
No,
So I don't know what his stance is. He may not care. He
Can-
may be. He might just be like in the middle. Or I hope he does condemn it because if he's a fair person, everyone knows that this is a disgraceful act that's going on. And I'd look down upon him if he said that it was justice or it was okay to do. So I don't know his views personally because I've not heard anything.
Kalam, Sarah, why hasn't Tommy Robinson said anything about Windrush? They're Brits.
Yeah, it is a disgrace.
Some of them fought in the Second World War.
Yeah.
Some of them, they were invited here. They've been here 60, 50 years, yeah?
Yeah.
And now some of them been kicked out, told to leave the country. Some have been imprisoned.
Yeah.
They're British, yes?
Yeah, of course they are.
So why do you think that Tommy Robinson ain't been shouting from the rooftops, from all social media, about Windrush?
All right, can I say something? If you're trying to insinuate it's because of race, I'm going to disagree with that because I'm not sure what angle you're coming from. I don't know if he said anything. I'll have to research. Or if he did
Do you
or
follow
didn't.
Tommy Robinson?
I don't follow him everything. I've been only on Twitter recently and I've only started going on his Facebook
So-
page.
so-
But I've not seen anything.
Do you
from
watch
what
his
I can
videos?
see. Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Okay, if there are a whole bunch of white people, yeah, who have been here for 60 years, 50 years,
Yeah.
were chucked out of this country and they were white, yes,
Yeah.
would Tommy Robinson speak about it?
Oh yeah, he would. So there may be a slight. I think. Look, when it comes to race, it's a very complicated situation. It's not just so black and white as you might think.
I think it's very black and white.
For me, it's a bit more nuanced. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
think we got a different.
I said
angle.
to you haven't seen anything on the social
No, I
media.
haven't seen him, no.
But you watch his videos, some
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
And you are currently up to date with this whole movement. Cause
Can I give you an example as why I say that? Because I haven't spoken up about it, and I'm Asian. Does that make me racist?
I'm not talking about you.
I don't know, but
you
if
don't
you
have
understand.
the.
But can I say something? People here are very tribal, and people tend to care about their. So I've got issues about Sikhs that I care about, and you don't ever mention it. So does that mean that you don't care about Sikhs?
First of all, I'm not someone talking about. I'm defending.
I know, but you're trying to
Hold-
simplify
no.
it
I'm
in
asking
a-
you a question. If a whole bunch of white people, because Tommy Robinson's not a racist, is he?
I don't believe he is a racist.
And he's strictly
And I've
for
spoken to him as well.
he's strictly for British people's rights, yes?
Yeah.
And British people are not a certain colour, are they?
No,
They're all different. They're all
we're a
different
rainbow
colours.
nation.
Okay, so my question to you is that yes, if a bunch of white people who are British, loads of them got kicked out of the country, yes, or get imprisoned, or got letters that they're going to be chucked out of the country, Tommy Robinson would be using all his power in his social media to do something about it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, can I explain something?
Yes
yeah,
or no?
I think that
Yes or no?
he should be using his platform to try and help.
No, but
he hasn't done it.
My question is yes or no?
He should be doing it.
Okay. Now, a whole bunch of black people that have been invited to this country since the Second World War, been there 50, 60 years, in the tens are being chucked out and kicked out of the country. He hasn't said anything.
No, not that I know.
Does that seem racist to you?
I haven't said nothing.
I'm not talking to you.
I know, but I'm trying to say to you that...
I'm not asking you,
but can I say something? There are a lot of topics that are happening to Sikhs that well-known people from different races are not speaking about. Some things are quite insular in terms of communities. Now, he is wrong for not speaking up against it, but that doesn't make him a racist. He just may be disingenuous, or he might just be somebody that is a little bit selfish for his own people.
So he may be a liar?
He might be a liar. He's a human being.
So he's a liar?
I'm saying he might be.
Everybody,
I've lied. So
okay,
that make me,
so I'm saying this, okay, tell me something, when a situation happens to a white person, that Tommy Robinson, a white individual, he will use it, say something done to him by ethnic people, one white person, he will speak about it if it's there to his heart, yes?
Yeah, I've seen that, and I think it's a weird thing. I don't really agree with it. I've seen him do it, and there's certain things that I disagree with, and that is one of them. I have seen it being very ethnically, kind of like challenging certain things that are very ethnically Caucasian, rather than a more broader sense of people from the UK. I agree with that.
I'm confused. because he was here, he done a whole speech about freedom of speech and British people's rights, and we have the right, in this country our rights have been taken from us. We're not being respected in this, that and the other. I can guarantee you, if tens and tens of white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, were being chucked out of the country, being threatened that they're going to be sent to another country, or have been imprisoned, everyone would hear about it. Because when Tommy Robinson says something, I hear about it and I don't even follow it.
But can I say something?
So what I'm trying to say to you, a whole bunch of black people have been on TV crying. It's been in the papers, yes? People were crying that their grandfather and their mothers, people that are like 60 and 70 years old, are being put in jail, He hasn't said one word on Twitter, on Facebook, on his videos, yes? And he has a big reach, yes? But he's for British people. So if all British people are equal, how come he didn't notice this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to justify him not tweeting about it because.
Do you know why? I
don't think it's because he's racist. I think maybe because maybe it's because he's a bit insensitive, and maybe he's more geared towards Caucasian people. Rather, I'm not racist. When I think about Sikhs, and I'm caring more about Sikh issues, about my people, like my little tribe.
But his people are British people.
No, but
they're all colours.
I also classify myself as British, but I do concern myself more with Sikh issues than I might do sometimes with British issues. Now, I should have condemned the Windrush, and we should have been talking about it, but I've not mentioned it.
No, but
once.
you're not Tommy Robinson.
No, but we should be all held accountable as well.
So are you saying in Tommy Robinson's party that black people are, and his following, that black people are less important to him than white people?
I hope his black followers do.
He hasn't got any black followers.
He has.
Except the sellouts, Clam and Sarah. Listen. He hasn't got any black followers. When his crowd came here, there's one black person. There's one black person that is his follower. The guy with shades and a bald head. A Christian, not him. He's an Asian guy. Yes, but he's dark skinned. He's from ex-Muslim from Afghanistan. And even he done a video on YouTube about how people are giving him racism. When just the crowd came here, there was no black people with him, apart from the sellouts that were with him. Hold on. So what I'm trying to say to you,
I strongly disagree with that. I'm not going to argue it.
Excuse me, I was here, it's on camera.
I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about last week, the actual event last week.
In the football,
I'm talking about last week,
it's on camera.
The freedom.
That wasn't Tommy Robinson's audience. It was a football association for free speech.
No, it was a Tommy Robinson event as well. It was in conjunction with them.
Excuse me, it wasn't. He wasn't in charge. It was a football. What's the name of the group?
They were coordinating together. Football Lads Alliance. Football Lads Alliance.
It's the football. It wasn't his event because if it was his event, why? Anyway, the point is this. The point I'm trying to say to you is this. Tommy Robinson said he's for Brits, yes? Does he mean all Brits?
I believe he does, but I think sometimes he's very narrow-minded in the times of...
narrow-minded and racist.
I don't say the word racism.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Is Tommy Robinson?
I've met him, and the thing is, I've spoken to him for a long
Wow,
period of time.
you know
now.
him? Do you know him?
I don't know him
Of course
enough,
you don't know
but
him.
I know, if I've met someone, I can tell pretty quickly how racist they are.
Tommy-
And there are people I've met, I can spit in a second.
Okay, I'm
And
asking
for
you.
me, I've met him. He may be, let's say,
Racist.
insincere in some ways. Maybe he's a little bit more kind of like what I call kind of touching on subject matters that are more, towards his own white indigenous people, which is wrong. He should be tackling a load of broad subjects, including the Windrush. But that doesn't mean he's a racist in my
Okay, I'm
opinion.
asking you a simple question. Tommy.
I said what he's doing is wrong.
Okay.
He should be highlighted.
So it's wrong. Yes. Is it?
Doesn't make him racist.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Is Tommy Robinson for all Brits?
I believe he is for all Brits.
Okay.
As long as you believe in free speech,
So-
secularism, democracy.
So he's for all Brits, yes?
Yeah.
Brits. What? So he's for all Brits. Okay. If tens and tens, of white, blue hair, blonde-eyed people were getting kicked out of this country, being in prison, and being getting letters that they're going to be thrown out of this country, even though they've been there for 50 or 60 years, would you have clearly heard a loud shouting voice from from Tommy Robinson's social media, and would you have took a stand against it? Yes or no?
No, look, the thing is, his followers are predominantly.
Can you answer my question,
Hold on,
please?
I need to just, I need to preface it first. Tommy Robinson's kind of supporters are mainly white people.
You know why?
So
You know
most
why?
of the people that
It's
get in
racist.
contact, most people that get in contact with him to support causes normally are white people. Now, if you had black people within that cause, I hope that they did ask, and if he'd
It's
refused,
been on the news.
I know, but
All the news.
for him, he can't tackle
It's
every.
been on the
What I'm
news.
trying to say to you is that he tackles.
Are you
specific-
telling me that he has?
I'm not justifying whether he did or not. The point is, I'm just trying to put things into context. That he has a lot of things he can tackle, and if somebody come up to him and said, "Can you tackle this problem?" and he said no, I would say that is completely wrong. If I asked him and he said no, I'd say that's wrong.
But if they're British, why do people have to come up to him? Because if he's for the Brits, and the Brits are not one color, are black, white, and every color, yes?
Yeah.
Why does he need to come? Why do people?
I'll give an example.
No, excuse me. If Tommy Robinson saw that white people who've been here, from the Second World War, are being chucked out of the country in large amount of numbers, yes? He wouldn't need anyone to come out say anything to him. He would act proactively, yes?
Yeah, I mean, he should. If
No,
he was-
would
if
he?
he was a
I'm
perfect
asking
human-
you.
If he was a perfect human being, he
No, you
should.
don't have to be. Raj,
People are flawed.
You're not being genuine now.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
Let me
Can I
explain.
say why? Can I say why?
Let me just
Let
explain.
me tell you why you're not being genuine. I think you know that Tommy Robinson, if he was aware through the news, through the newspaper, through the metro that he sees, through his social media, that white people that have been there for 60 years old and 70 years old, yes, that have been there since the Second World War, are being chucked out of this country for no reason, unfairly, yes. Apart from that, the secretary or whatever has lost their things and are chucking them out, he would cause an uproar and he would speak out about it. Someone wouldn't have to come and tell him my mother's this or that. He would see it and he would act. Yes or no?
Well, he should do, I think.
Like
but he
grooming,
hasn't, though.
like grooming
I know,
gangs.
but once-
Like
yeah.
grooming gangs. People didn't come up to him, that he saw it and acted on it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can see grooming gangs and act on it and speak without people having to come to you, now we don't want to judge two evils, but grooming gangs and people who've been there for 60 years, old age people, people that 60 years are getting letters, are being put in prison. People who are 70 years old are getting letters that we are going to send you to a country you've never been. We're going to send you to a country that you haven't been to for 60 or 70 years, and so forth. If that happened to white hair, blue eyes, white skin, blue-eyed people, blonde-haired people, he would proactively do something about it. I'm asking you, the question I'm asking you, this is happening to black people now. Since they're Brits, and in Thomas Robinson's eyes, we're all equal. Why hasn't he said anything?
All right, I have to say so because I think people are assuming that I'm like Tommy Robinson's psychic brother. I have no real understanding of the way he thinks or what he does. All I know is that he has not chosen to tackle that issue, which I think is a mistake on his part.
Is it a big mistake or a
I think
small
it's a
mistake?
big mistake because it's not showing that he's being what I call inclusive, which I think he needs to start doing to kind of win people around. One thing I do have to say, people do come to him, like the Justice for Boys was a white family whose sons died, and they come to him to try and highlight the problem. I hope that some of the black community, if they really want him to do something, he should have done it himself. We say that. He's not perfect, of course. He's got a lot of flaws. And I have
Yeah, one of them is racism.
No, I don't agree with that.
He's
I have a lot-
racist.
No, I don't agree with that. He's not racist.
He's racist.
He's
Okay,
not racist.
he's not racist.
To me, he's not racist. So that's your opinion.
He's not. Okay, can you tell me something? Can you tell me why all his followers are white? The vast
I'm
majority.
his follower.
Huh? Yeah, you're a minority. You're a minority.
And I know loads of other people.
You're a man. No, you don't. Not loads.
I know quite
not
a lot
loads.
that
They're
agree
not.
with
They're
him.
not hundreds. There are hundreds of white people that follow Tommy Robinson.
Well, the people that
hold on,
people that come
hold on.
out, openly.
Hold on. There are hundreds of.
A lot of people are too
excuse
scared.
me. Excuse me. There are hundreds. There are hundreds of Tommy Robinson supporters that are white. There are not hundreds of ethnic people that are Tommy Robinson supporters.
Because you get
the reason, do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know the reason why?
they're called house Negroes.
No. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because Tommy Robinson's main two things are freedom of speech and immigration. And most of ethnic people from Africa, from India, from India, from Jamaica and so forth, yes, their countries are in a state because of white colonialism.
We know that.
Hold
No
on.
one's-
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
If you're a person, yes, who your country's been destroyed by the English army, the American army, this, that, and the other, and it was fine or it was better before, you are not going to vote. You are not going to support a organisation that's second or first priority is immigration. Why? Because you messed up our country, you fool. We're talking about when he was doing his speech here. He said, "You people are sovereign." Yes. He said, "You are travellers."
That was not his speech. It was Martin Sellner's.
Well, he read it. Yes.
I know, but I could read the speech
Okay.
of Ali Darwan. I don't.
Okay. Did he believe in that speech?
Well, he said he didn't. He didn't agree.
He
with
didn't.
it.
He didn't agree with it. Then he's a hypocrite.
No, because the point of the event was that he was reading somebody that was banned, who. You little, don't worry, I'm going to get him later. He was reading a speech to somebody that was banned, whose views he disagreed with. But even me, I would have read the speech because I feel that everybody has a right to speak, regardless of their views.
Excuse me, the speech
So
said,
I would have read it.
He said but that means you're being a hypocrite then.
Not really.
I tell you why.
I would read your
In the speech, but mine ain't got nothing racist in it. Listen, in the speech it said you are victorious, you are explorers, you are what was it? What else it said? He said you are explorers. What do you mean by exploring?
Well, my people were explorers as well.
The British. He said you are sovereign.
Yeah.
Who is he talking about?
We know what he was saying. It was a very maybe kind of a backward.
It was a very
colonialist-
racist.
No, I wouldn't say the
Why
word
can't
racist.
excuse me? He said you are explorers. You are travellers.
All right,
what is he talking
all right,
about?
all right, let's say.
He said you are sovereign.
Let,
What was he
let me
talking?
make something clear here. Martin Sellner, I think, is a racist.
Like
And
Tommy.
I would have still read that speech though.
So you would read racist speech.
I would read a Nazi speech.
So you would read racist
I would,
speech.
In
So that make-
Speaker's Corner, I would.
Okay, so you. That
Because
mean-
I believe in the freedom, absolute freedom.
so
of
do you
speech.
believe people have the right to be racist against Sikhs?
Yeah, if you want to, someone just call me.
Come on.
What did Omar said? He said
Come on.
underneath your turban you got shit.
Oh, listen. So you believe people?
Omar just said it, and he said it in
Hold
front of
on.
these guys.
So-
I got shit
so Raj,
underneath my turban.
Raj,
Did
Raj.
I go to the police? The police were there.
So
No.
Raj,
So
you're-
I proved
Raj,
that I would.
are you saying you believe people?
Did I go to the police? Though?
Hold on, I'm not
Because if I was somebody that wanted to press free speech, when that guy said you got shit underneath your turban, I would have went to the police there and said, "Can you arrest
Anyway,
him?"
all
So
that-
I live by my rules. If
Okay.
someone says that, I just walk up and say, "All right."
Okay. Anyway,
I
all I'm
like
gonna
him.
say to you is that.
So Omar,
Okay.
you are a disgusting
Okay.
human being.
Okay.
And stop using that stick.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say to you is this, yeah, is that Tommy Robinson he sees lots of issues that affect people, yes.
Yeah, and this should be
Hold on,
addressed.
and he acts on it, and he makes sure in social media that everyone hears about it.
Yeah.
For some reason, Tens, it's been on ITV, it's been on BBC, it's been on Channel 4, it's been all over the channels, it's been all over Good Morning and this, that and the other. Tens of black people from the Second World War that have been in this country from the Second World War and were invited
Can I
here.
say
Okay, let me
something?
finish. They were invited here by the British government from Jamaica. They came here. They've been here for 60 or 70 years.
Yeah.
Yes? I hope all their records, like their landing documents, have been destroyed. Now they've been chucked in prison, deported. You're getting letters that we're gonna chuck you out of this country. We don't know where we're gonna send you, but we're gonna send you somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know and I know, if they were white, Tommy Robinson would be saying it goes against British people's rights. This is a obscenity. This is a catastrophe. It's happened to black people. He's seen it on the news. He's seen it on the Metro newspaper. He's seen it. He hasn't said anything. I know why he ain't said it, because they're not white. Now what is your satisfactory answer, and Kalam and Sarah, Why hasn't Tommy Robinson said something about this British people? Because when Tommy Robinson says Brits, he's not talking about white people only, is he? He's talking about black.
I hope he's not.
Tommy Robinson is concerned about black people, white people, Asian people, yes?
Yeah, I believe
Are
it.
all the same, yes?
Yeah, it's your ideology, not your skin.
Okay, so why hasn't he spoken out against Windrush?
Can I say something? I don't want to be out of order, but we've had this conversation. Like, I can't keep reiterating the same thing. I've explained that Tommy Robinson isn't perfect and he's made a mistake on this particular issue. He should be more inclusive in terms of kind of representing all communities, including Muslims. And if something is wrong, he should condemn it. But I'm not Tommy Robinson, so I can't answer for why he did it or didn't do it. All I can say, I hope Tommy Robinson, if he does watch it, the Windrush scandal is a scandal, and it doesn't matter who it is. If somebody has contributed to this country and come here to help the UK, they have a right to be here, and they should not be subjected to deportation afterwards because we got too many people in the country, or they perceive we have. So I've said my piece already, and I can't really reiterate.
Do you think if you, I want to ask you this question sincerely, do you think if you, Sarah and Kalam, Kalam, your best friend,
My best friend?
No, because what I'm just saying, Sarah done an interview with him, so he must have.
Oh, I thought you said he was.
So he must be close. You've done interviews with him, yes?
Oh, yeah.
And Titans TV have done interviews. I guarantee you, if all of you black people, the few black people that are close, and Tommy Robbins are racist, I guarantee if you all inbox him and say demand, yes, on your social media that you sort out Windrush, I can guarantee you he's not going to do anything.
Let's try.
Hold on. Do you know why? Let's try it. Okay, we're going to try it.
Let's try.
And
Let's bombard Tommy Robinson with messages.
And do you know why it's not going to happen?
But let's try it first.
You
because we
try
can't say it's
it.
not going to happen
Okay.
until we'll come back next week.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
We can come
but the
back.
thing is this. Okay, so Kalam, because your best friend Jess, who you sold out to, and the black community has abandoned you, yeah. Kalam, Sarah, and Raj, they're gonna see how this, slave master relationship works, yeah. Now
Not with me. I'm no slave. I'm not no slave, man. I'm an individual free thinker, man. Just because someone's white, it doesn't mean they got a monopoly over me. Just because Tommy Robinson has supported some of his views, it doesn't mean he's my master. I'm an individual. I can criticise the man. I can tell him off. I can say you're wrong on what you did with hijab and what you've done with Ali Dawa, but I can still support some of his issues.
But
that's not a slave.
Since you
a slave is someone that will go yes master to everything. I don't do that. I criticise who I want, and Tommy Robinson is nothing to me but a man who represents some of my views. That's it.
But since the fact that you lot did interviews with him, Sarah,
I interviewed loads of people that day.
Sarah done an interview with him. Kalam rushed round and said, Tommy's here, he was first one to shake his hand and that. Okay, since you lot have some kind of communication with him, when you tell him, he should obviously, on his social media, blast out this thing.
Yeah, I will try my best. The only problem now is that the person that was who was the person that done his PA.
No problem.
He's actually sacked now.
No problem.
So she was the person I used to go through.
No problem. But this video is going to go around.
Hopefully, I can try and get through maybe somebody else to try and get it to him. And hopefully, if he's very fair, he will tackle this problem because it is a disgrace.
You know what? I can guarantee. I don't bet because I'm Muslim, but I can guarantee. Sarah, Kalam, and you. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Sarah, Kalam, yeah. And you guys can inbox as much as you want. You can phone his phone 24/7 if you get his number. You can rail him down. I can guarantee you, Tommy Robinson is not going to come and use his social media and shout out about Windrush and all these black people being sent to this country and that country. And so he's not going to.
No. For argument's sake.
If he's done it, I'll apologise.
All right, cool.
But I'm never going to have to apologise.
All right, so
because
you heard that.
Yeah, so the whole thing is
we might
this.
get an apology in 3 weeks.
You know why he's not going to apologise? Because you have a one-way relationship.
No,
with
you
him.
said you would apologise.
I would apologise, but I'm not going to have to apologise.
All right, there might be an apology in 2 weeks.
Okay, but the point is this: is that Kalam and Sarah
I would condemn him if he doesn't do anything. So we'll be in a both.
But the thing is that Tommy knew about Windrush. It's everywhere. It's on the papers. It's on the news. He hasn't said anything.
And he was wrong for doing that.
The reason
he should.
Can I finish?
Can I finish? But the thing is,
Can I finish?
Oh, no.
Let me just finish.
Yeah.
So what I'm basically trying to say to you, the reason why Tommy Robinson didn't say one word, even though Windrush is everywhere, black people in their 80s and 70s and 60s are crying because they're being told you have to leave this country and they've known this is their home. He's seen it on the news, he's heard about it, he's seen Piers Morgan talking to these people. He doesn't give a damn, and the reason why he's not going to say anything about it, and that's when Sarah and Kalam and Raj, they inbox him and stuff, the reason why he's not going to say anything is because Tommy Robbins are racist. He doesn't. Let me finish, and you can speak as much as you want. He doesn't give a damn about Windrush, and I would say to Kalam and Sarah, you should know better, yes, and Big Bro. Do you really think that Tommy Robinson, yeah, is hoping that this Windrush thing, yeah, blows over and these people get sent out of this country? Or do you think that Tommy Robinson is hoping and praying that the black people, yeah, the Jamaicans that came here from being invited by the British, yeah, they got invited by Britain to come and fix up this country after the Second World War. Do you think that Tommy Robinson is really fretting at night, losing sleep at night, that these Brits, yes, these Brits are being kicked out of the country? Or do you think Tommy Robinson and his football hooligan fans, yeah, are happy that these black people, yeah, from the West Indies and whatever, are being kicked out of the country? Ask yourself, Sarah and Kalam, ask yourself this question, because deep down we all know Tommy's hoping that these black people get kicked out, because he never mentioned it and he's seen Windrush around him, left, right and centre. Even if you want to avoid it, you can't avoid it. But he's aware of it, but he doesn't give a damn, because Tommy Robinson's a racist. And Sarah and Kalam, you ask yourself, why hasn't Tommy Robinson spoke about Windrush? Ask yourself that question. And that's what
all I want to say is that using the word racist all the time when someone doesn't do something or says something is like a very easy way to dismiss somebody. Now, what I want to say to you is that I have not said nothing about Windrush. Am I racist? I've got a platform myself.
You're not Tommy Robinson.
But the point is that everybody is responsible. And Tommy Robinson, yes, you should have said something, and hopefully, if we inbox you, you do.
Yeah,
but you, and he does, and I've said it before, he needs to be more inclusive in terms of the people that he represents. Unfortunately, most of the people that are in his marches are white, so people that approach him for causes are normally white people. We need more black people and Asian people. If we got an issue with something, to approach
when he started up EDL, and
you need to let me finish. I'll let you finish. So the thing is that what I want to say is that, you know, I think we're going around in circles in a bit, because I've told you that I believe that he's not racist. I can't talk for him because we're not psychic, and that all I can say is that because he didn't do that, it doesn't mean that he intentionally was being malicious or mischievous or anything, or vindictive. It may have just been something that was what I call kind of irresponsible in the sense that he's got a platform that he could highlight it. That doesn't mean he intentionally and maliciously wants those people to go. That's quite a bold claim from yourself.
No, I know Tommy was a racist.
I know, but yeah,
I know he's a racist.
I say he's not.
You know why I know he's racist?
But have you met him?
The only black. I don't need to
hold on. You need to also meet someone before you can finally judge.
No. Do you know, look, for example, Jeremy Corbyn, I don't believe he's racist. Do you know why? Because his followers are mixed from all types of people. White, black, this, that and the other.
So are you dismissing my experience with him?
Huh?
Are you dismissing my
experience
with him?
No, you don't know him either.
I don't know him, but I've spent enough time that I know he's not racist.
Huh?
You could say,
what do you mean?
You could say that maybe he doesn't like Muslims. You could say that he's Islamophobic. You could even say, come in. This is Tan's biggest fan, yeah? Tan's back. Let's get the go away, yeah? So Tan Pete, I better not say that. I'll do that afterwards, but basically Tan's going to be back. Tan, yeah, is actually doing the Tan commandments in a cave in somewhere in France. He's writing them out right now, and we are going to live by those 10 commandments. Yeah, and the only thing that we have our rule, you can't leave tangoism. It's death by apostasy. That's all we require.
Anyway.
That's it. And you drink tango all day.
Anyway, I'll guarantee you.
Can you take a tango?
No.
Come on, for tan.
What can I say to you?
Remember you said that you're going to build bridges?
Huh?
Remember you said you're going to build bridges?
Take a tango for tan.
Oh, take it from me then. I'm one of his apostles.
Huh?
I'm one of his apostles.
Anyway, what can I say to you? Anyway, what I was going to say to you is that so the whole thing is that I'm sure that Tommy Robinson ain't going to do anything.
We'll try.
But what I say, take it easy. And with that young guy, take it easy on him, yeah?
I'm leaving him alone. As long as he stays out my way and you sort him out, I'll never talk to him again.
Cool, we're done, yeah?
He might have nightmares for years though.
You cool, yeah?
Legendary peacemaker Hussain.
Yeah, Hussain. Look what I got. Look what I got. And that little, what's his name? Where is he?
Ahmed Ali.
Get him over now. Get out of the way.
He's over there, bro.
Get him.
You getting that now, Raj? Ahmed Ali. Jump. I don't like.
Yeah, get Ahmed Ali over here because I can't be dealing with that guy after. He's been slandering me. Get him quickly.
Ahmed Ali.
Hey, but it's going to look like all the films are of me. Seeks over everything.
Where call him, bro? You see you on him? Yeah, you took over the channel. No.
There he's there. Ahmed.
Content over everything.
Ahmed.
Content over everything. From your belly.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
On the day that I had a conversation with you when you said I was ridiculing you, I wasn't ridiculing you. You was making accusations against someone I know who you were saying was calling for, at 2:44 of the video, you said Tan called for the putting Muslims in gas chambers. At 2:57, he says he's calling for the killing of Muslims. Now I want to find one video that he said he's going to kill Muslims. 3:05, he said Muslims should be in gas chambers. 4:25, you said support Tan, he was calling to put Muslims in gas chambers again. 5:16, he supports someone who wants to put Muslims in gas chambers.